Hello, beautiful ladies. I am live, so I'm going maybe to give you a few minutes to come on, jump in. So today is day one. If you are watching the replay, please just put the hashtag replay for me in the comments, so I know that you've watched it. And don't hesitate to ask questions because I will be able to answer the question later. And if you are coming on live, please say hi. Hi ladies. How is everyone doing today? Let me know where you are tuning in from. Let me know where you live, where you are at, and just say hi. It's great to have names and to see who is here, so I can tune into your energy too. So today is day one, ladies, and if you have not done so yet, please just grab a piece of paper and a pen. UK, Lamona, yeah. Hey, hi, how are you today? Heather, Michelle, hi ladies. It's good to have you here. Orlando, Florida. It's one place I want to go with the kids, to go to Disney World over there. Would love that. Hey ladies, okay. So grab a piece of paper and a pen because I'm going to be sharing some things with you, some tools that you can actually implement and use in your daily life that may really help you shift certain thinking and thoughts for you. So just grab a piece of paper and a pen if you have not done it yet. Grab anything you need and just buckle up because day one is a great day, and it's stuff that you may not be able to hear at some other places. So today is about the non-physical things: stress, thoughts, emotions, limiting belief, energy. Ooh, that's a lot already, right? So before we go into the training, I would love for you to just take really a short moment, like a 1 minute, to breathe in, breathe out, and really come present with me here now, in the training, and allowing yourself to not be distracted, allowing yourself to be very present so that you can receive whatever there is here for you today to receive. Because the truth is, if you are here, it's probably because I have something to give you today. I have a key for you maybe. So just really be open to receive it. And the only way to receive it is to be fully present. And we are so good at distracting ourselves, right? Oh my God, I have this to do, and I have the phone ringing, and I have text messages, whatever it is. Hey Jennifer, thank you for being here. So let's just really take 1 minute together to center ourselves and be really present in the moment on this training. So breathe in, use your breath to do that. The breath is an amazing tool. And really allowing yourself, giving this gift to yourself today. Okay? And just quickly, my name is Alexandra. I am a single mom of 5, and my mission is really to help those new generations of kids who are really aware, really sensitive, and who are a beautiful gift to the earth to come through, to be, to come now. And how I do that is by working with you ladies, with ladies like you who are ready to bring in this magical soul, but just need maybe a little help to be this woman ready for that beautiful soul to come in. Okay. So let's start with something. I want to help you shift a little bit your perspective, because in life it's all about perceptions, perspective. Are you someone who believes that there is something wrong with you right now? Are you someone who believes that what the doctors say may be true, like maybe you are too old? Maybe you don't have enough eggs, enough quality, whatever it is. That's kind of the assumption, right, of conventional medicine. There is something wrong with your body. Let's just use maybe some drugs. Let's bring something from outside that's not that's foreign to the body to help it produce more eggs, balance the hormone, whatever it is. And I would like you to see a different perspective. And that's the one I come from. What if your body was just absolutely perfect? What if your body was this very intelligent, conscious organism, which is just a reflection of nature, a reflection of the universe? If you look at nature, don't you think that nature is absolutely perfect and beautiful? So is your body. So everything that I'm going to be teaching you during those 3 days come from this core assumption, which is your body is perfection, your body is very intelligent, and your body has an innate capacity to self-heal as long as we give it what it needs and we help it remove what is not helping. And that can be physical stuff like nutrients, food, like that. Or it can be more like non-physical things, energy, thoughts, belief. Okay, so let me see, what do I have? Actually, before we get inside, before we start, let's just really let that sink in. Your body is perfection. Perfection incarnated in 3D. Your body is perfection. Can we just let that sink in for a moment? And everywhere you bought the lie that there is something wrong with you, that your body is not perfect, that maybe you are too old, that everything the doctor maybe is telling you, can we just destroy and uncreate that, please? And let the truth sink in, which is body is perfection, you are perfection. It just needs maybe a little twist, a little push. Okay. And everywhere you think that maybe you are too old, or there is there is something that is not preventing you, let's just destroy. So let's start now with the first subject, with the first topic I would like to address today, which is stress. And oh my gosh, stress is so pervasive today, right? Okay, let me know on a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being like, oh, I'm just so cool, everything is peace and love, to 10 being like, I am so stressed in my life. Hi, Elizabeth. I am so stressed in my life. Just let me know on a scale of 1 to 10, where is your stress level at right now? And what do you think is your number 1 stressor? Let's go, lady. Elizabeth, 8. That's pretty high. Yes. 9. Lamona, that's high. Oh my gosh. My body is capable of conceiving a yes. Louise, 10. Ooh, ouch. Yeah. 10, Leon. 9, work. Yes. And if we look at all of this, so most of us will probably be between 5 and 10. And probably the same kind of thing, like work, relationship, money, baby, kids. So what can we do about it? Because it's almost normal. Oh, I'm so stressed out. You don't understand. Well, everybody is today. What's going on? So stress is one of the factors that can definitely impact your ability to conceive. Why? Because even though stress is a non-physical thing, I remember a few years back when I had my first child, I was so stressed out. But you know what? That's okay, because, stress doesn't affect the baby. Stress doesn't really affect my body. That's what I thought, guys. Like 15 years ago. But today I know better. Stress has definitely some physiological consequences. More cortisol running through your body, more adrenaline, being in the flight or fight, type of mode. When you are in flight or fight, do you think that you have enough energy going to your reproductive system to have a baby? Do you think that your body is even thinking like, okay, we are very stressed out, we have to fly or fight, yeah? But let's still make a baby. Do you really believe that it's a thing? The body just reallocates energy when you are in this flight or fight mode the body will, send all the energy available to like survival organs, like the heart, like the muscle, because you need your muscle to be able to fight or to fly. So there is no energy that's going to go into your ovaries and your uterus and all of that. The body always makes decision, and it always prioritize your survival. Anything that the body does, even when it seems like to us crazy, it is about ensuring your survival. So instead of being bad, how do you say it, hitting your body, like blaming your body, just really take a minute to be thankful, to feel some gratitude for your body, which is always trying to keep you alive, and which always self-corrects, so it can keep you breathing and going. Even if you we do a little bit silly stuff, and even if you are not too gentle with it, it will do whatever it has to do to help you survive. Okay. So now, cortisol, when you have a lot of cortisol in your body, that's going to, compete with, your sex hormones. So you will be making less of progesterone and estrogen if you are all stressed out. So that's how, stress directly affects your ability to conceive. And I want just to make one thing clear, because I know I can feel some of you may be like, okay, my neighbor is like a wreck, she's a mess, and yet she's just pregnant right now. And we all know people, who they have like crazy lifestyle, and yet they have babies, right? Okay, here's one thing. Here's one truth for you. Your journey to becoming a mom is very individual. What is happening for Sam over there is not going to be your story. We all have a very individual, unique path to becoming a mother. Just really, again, let that sink in, because there is no point whatsoever in comparing ourselves to somebody else. Our journey is unique and our own. And I want to venture to say that that's a perspective shift here. Listen. Your quote-unquote struggle with becoming a mom is unique to you and is your way to growth. I'm going to say it again, because maybe your own journey and struggle to get pregnant is your own path to growth. And instead of looking at what's wrong and why it is happening to you, look at why is it happening for me? What is it there for me to learn? Where is it that I need to grow? Is it in nourishing my body better? Is it in being more self-loving with myself? Is it in clearing some old programming that are not, working for me anymore? So look at it under that perspective. And I'm going to give you another perspective shift, which is, what if you're delayed in having a baby? I'm not going to say like struggle. Let's say you're delayed in having this beautiful baby coming into your life. It's just because the soul that you are going to be bringing in is this beautiful, very aware, very advanced being that requires for you to be a clear vessel for her, for him. Because that's what I was getting. That's what got me into this work, guys, because I was getting these messages. There are a lot of beautiful souls that are ready to come in today, but they require us to elevate, to be at a higher frequency, to be cleaner and clearer of physical toxin, emotional, spiritual, limiting belief, old programming. We need to be clearer so they can come in and really be truly healthy on all levels and fully into their own potential, fully self-express, fully self-actualize. So that's, a few perspective shift that I would like to start with today for you. Okay, now stress. So stress is no good. We know that. We know that, Alex. We all know that stress is no good. Okay, for a bunch of reasons. Okay, let's just not explore all the reasons, because we only need to know stress is no good. What can we do about it? Because I will share some stuff with you that can be like a little bit like out there and like but know one thing. I, as a single mom of 5, I'm also very, very pragmatic. Very pragmatic. So it's like, okay, what can I do about it? Guys, tell me here in the comment, what are you currently doing to help manage your stress? What is your best strategy, favorite strategy to bring the stress down, to manage it? Let's see, what are you going to say, guys? Anybody? Don't tell me that you don't try anything about your stress. Do you just let your stress take over, or do you do meditation, yoga? Yes, those are classic ones, right? Meditation, yoga. I love yoga. I'm a Kundalini yoga instructor, and it's great. Early night. Oh yeah, you mean like Sharon? You mean like going to bed early? That's very good, because we need this good sleep. Exercise is a great one. Chocolate, yeah, chocolate, my favorite one. Dark chocolate, always better, right? I've been terrible at it, but for a while I was good at meditation before bed. Yes, and it doesn't have, guys, it doesn't have to be like, okay, let me sit on my mat and take 30 minutes. It could be, Samantha, you go to your bed and you bring in this intention of unplugging, and you meditate for a few minutes in the dark in your bed, and then you just fall asleep. Natural walks, that's one of my favorite, Jennifer. Long baths, I love this one too. Especially with, when you take bath, just put some like nice, lavender salt, lavender essential oils. Music, music, you know what? Music is so good. Music is so good. It's just like, again, because sound is vibration, right? So I love Zumba, guys. I'm a Zumba lover. So one of my favorite thing is going to my Zumba class, shaking the booty, like pump it up, and I love it. And there is nothing like dancing and doing all those things to get the stress out. You know why? Because we are stressed because of our thoughts. We are stressed because we are projecting ourselves into the future, worrying about the future. We are stressed because we think of the past. We are stressed in our head, not in our body. Well, the body can be stressed if it's a physical danger, like, a lion running at us, then the body is stressed. But for us today, living in cities and stuff, it's more in our head. So the more you can drop into your body, the more you can shake the stress off. Okay, so whenever you feel like this stress coming up, just remember to go into your body using dancing, using exercise, using yoga, walking outside. Now, one thing that nobody told me, mention, what about breathing? Just breathing. The breath is a free, readily available, amazing tool when it comes to stress. And in Kundalini Yoga, we have a lot of breathing exercises that are just amazing. You don't need to know anything like fancy. You can just be like breathing in through your nose, breathing out through your nose, like counting maybe, I don't know, like 10 seconds. And breathing out, like 10 seconds. Just that will help. Another great one, very easy, very quick, because again, it's all body, it's all head in your head. Just drop in your body, drop into the earth. Ground yourself into the earth. Let's do a little exercise here. Just close your eyes with me for a minute. Breathe in. Breathe out. Just feel already how much more relaxed, you can be. And now, just imagine having roots coming out of your feet, sending those roots into the core, to the core of the earth. Like you let those roots go down, 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 crossing all these different layers and getting all the way to the core of the earth, wrapping it around a beautiful, nice crystal, because core of the earth is all crystalline, wrapping your core, wrapping your root. And now just imagine, sending love to Mother Earth and receiving back this love. Just feeling being grounded, being supported. Because stress is just a false belief that there is a danger. It's a false belief that we are not safe. If you can bring yourself in a place of, safety, then the stress is gone. The stress goes away. Can you see that? Stress is from a false sense of danger. Bring yourself into a place of safety, then the stress can go away. How do we do that? Breathing, feeling supported by Mother Earth, connecting with Mother Earth. Okay, I hope you like that. But now, let's go deeper into the stress. So all of those were amazing techniques to manage our stress, to help us every day to experience a little bit less stress. But here's where I want to go deeper with you with that. What if it was possible to actually completely cancel our reaction to stress, to stressors? Because when we are stressed, we are just in reaction of something, right? Something coming up, a big bill to pay. Someone driving like a ass, and we are behind. Whatever. So we are reacting with stress. So the thing is, one event, a stressor, what if you can have a different perspective on it so that you don't even react to it? So then you don't even have to manage stress anymore. You just don't react. So let's imagine a stressor. One stressor, two different people, two different reactions, two different perspectives about the stressor, two different reactions. One person can be all stressed out, one person can be, doesn't affect me. So what is the difference there? Why same event, two different reactions for two different people? Because the stress is really based on how we perceive the stressor. It's based on our belief, our stories, our own programming. So what can we do to shift that so that we are not even affected? So I'm going to give you a little example because I love this example. So years ago, we used to work at a restaurant. And I had a coworker. She was my friend. I love her. But, I've done, a lot of, personal development work, growth work for a long time, spiritual work, because that's my jam, okay? And so, when you do a lot of this, you just bring in more awareness and you can see, patterns in people. And I could, and she was a great person. And at the same time, she was a little bit of, she had a, belief running in the back that she was a victim, that everyone was after her, she was a victim. And one day we were like chatting, we were having fun in the back room. And our manager, who was a great guy, but he was just having a very, very bad day. Because the big boss was on his back, so he was just having a bad day. So when he was, hearing like us chatting, suddenly he turned around and like started screaming at us, like, what are you doing here? Just go back to work, da, 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 da. And for me, I was, he's just having a bad day. None of my problem. Let me just go on with my day, with my life. My friend, who tend to be like, why me? The victim. Why me? She started saying to me, why does he always scream after me? Why he doesn't say anything to you? When in truth, he was really like yelling at both of us. Okay, he was looking at both of us. But again, her perception, based on her limiting belief, I am the victim always, was that he was only yelling at her. So, she took it on, and this ruined her evening. She was someone that we could not talk with her. She was just in a bad mood. So can you see, same event, two different reactions. I was not stressed out about it. I was like, he's having a bad day. Let's just, she was all stressed out about it. Um, where was I going? Anyway, so your belief system, your stories, your programming will affect how you know what stressor you react to and how you do. So, ladies, can you give me an example of something that happens like that to you today? Do you have any example of, you know, like one thing that happened? It was a tiny thing, and you got like, ooh, like, you know, it blew out of proportion. Anybody can share something like that? It happens to us all the time, right? So what can we do? So just share with me if you had any of those. But what can we do about it? I have some tools, lady. I have some tools I want to share with you. And those tools come from a body of work that is called Access Consciousness. And I love Access Consciousness. I'm on what we call an Access Bar Facilitator. And we have some tools from Access Consciousness that are just to help us bring more awareness into our life, more consciousness, so that we can function from a place of power instead of a place of reaction. So let me tell you the first one, which is interesting point of view. I love this one. This one is, you know, it's so simple, and yet if you use it, like use it, and I really mean it, it can truly start changing your life. And it's this idea that, guys, everything in life is just an interesting point of view. When the manager started yelling at us, it was just his interesting point of view. When my friend was starting being like, oh my God, why is he, you know, just yelling at me, da, da, da. It was her interesting point of view. Everything in life is just an interesting point of view. When your doctor, if you're over like, I don't know, 35, and your doctor say, well, you know, you're getting a little bit old, you know, maybe we should go on like some Clomid, or maybe you're over 40, and your doctor starts saying, well, you know, your eggs are not really good quality, maybe we'll have to have an egg donor. Interesting point of view. Don't say it out loud, you know, maybe in that case. But just say it to yourself. Interesting point of view. He has this point of view. Write it down. Interesting point of view. He, she, they, I have this point of view. Everything in life, except for, you know, some few truths, you know, there is truth too, but what people are telling you all day long are just interesting points of view. And truth can, of course, you know, come and clear all of those limiting beliefs and points of view. But just recognize that when you hear people talking to you all day long, those are just interesting point of view. If you buy into their point of view, game is over for you. I'm saying it a little bit like harsh, but you know, if you buy into what your doctor is telling you, then guess what? That's what you are going to create for yourself. Because the other important thing here is your points of view create your reality. What you believe is true for you. And that's going to be the second part of our subject today. Your mind, your belief, your thoughts, your emotions. But anyway, can you let that sink in again for a minute? Your points of view create your reality. Please put it in the chat for me. Your point of view create your reality. And everything that you hear around you are just very interesting point of view. Don't buy into everybody's, you know, points of view. Because you just make more limitation for yourself. Points of view will create limitation for you, because once you have a point of view, a fixed point of view, where your points of view create your reality. Yes, Sharon. Once you start having those points of view, you are going into limitation. Who has a point of view? What are your points of view around fertility, pregnancy, birthing, you know, having a baby? Let's put that here. Let's put this in the open. What are your points of view around conception, around fertility, having a baby, giving birth? Yes, Jennifer. it's your purpose in life to be a mommy. That's good because that's an empowering one, of course. But is it your only purpose in life? Could be. That could be also some other things. But what are your points of view when it comes to fertility? Because again, your points of view create your reality. So if you are not happy with something happening in your life, like not being able to conceive, for example, with ease, there may be some points of view that are limiting, that are in your way. It's the most wonderful gift. Yes, it is. That's when truth here, Karin. That's when truth. A baby is a beautiful gift. So when we say your points of view create your reality, what you believe is true for you, what am I saying here? I am saying that you are the powerful creator of your life. And if you hear that for the first time, it may be a little bit hard to swallow. But just take a minute here. You are the powerful creator of your life. The good, the amazing, the bad, the ugly. Everything you have in your life right now is a direct reflection of your thoughts, your emotions, your belief, your programming, your points of view. Hey, Hope! Pregnancy is a beautiful blessing. Yes, it is. So everything you have in your life is just a direct reflection. You are the powerful creator of your life. So if it's hard to swallow, just let it, sink over time. But here's the good thing about it, though. If you once you can really take that in, you can be like, okay, if I created this issue in my life, I can create something else. Right? That's the beauty of this. If I created that, I can create different. If I created infertility in my life, I can create fertility. I can have a baby. I can create, being able to conceive. Can you see how it's beautiful when you can get to that space of I am the powerful creator of my life? Ladies, put that in. I am the powerful creator of my life. Okay. So, interesting point of view was tool number 1. Everything in life is just an interesting point of view, and we don't want to take the points of view of other people. They are going to bring more limitation to us. Yes, Jennifer, it brings back the power to ourselves. Exactly. I am the powerful creator of my life. I have the power to change my life. Not the doctor, not this, not the neighbor. I do. With my choice every day. Choice creates. Choice can create issues. Choice can create blessings. But choice creates. Okay. I am the powerful creator of my life. Yes, Leanne. Yes, Carrie. Yes. Okay. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. When you go into negative thinking, I will never be able to have a baby. Maybe I'm too old. Maybe I'm too fat. Maybe I'm too blah, 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 whatever. Or I have this condition. I have that condition. Interesting point of view. I have this point of view. Because that's really just that is. A thought, a point of view, a belief, they are just energy. You don't want this energy to stick with you. So what you do, you clear it with interesting point of view. I have this point of view. That's this little sentence here can help you just not let those words, those points of view stick, imprint in your subconscious. Because you know what we do, right? We are so good at thinking like negatively. It's never going to happen. Well, let me know. What kind of thought do you have that you feel like are really undermining your efforts? What kind of thought are running, through your head every day? Those thoughts that repeat themselves, they get imprinted in your subconscious. They become your points of view. They become your belief. Your points of view create your reality. What you believe is true for you. If you start to believe this, if you start to believe this thought, like I'm too old to have a baby, guess what? That's what you are going to create for yourself. So we don't want that. When negative thoughts are coming in, interesting point of view, I have this point of view. So you see it's in two parts. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. So that's a little tool here. And then which one am I going to share with you? Okay, I'm going to share one more with you. When something happens that is not exactly, you make a choice, and then, you create your life, right? And then you realize that what you created is not like, it's not really what you wanted, which happens to all of us because we create, very unconsciously. So, so you realize that I don't really like what I created. I don't like, having these health, issues. I don't like having this money problem, whatever it is, this relationship stuff. So then, where do we go next? We go like, what's wrong with me? Why is it happening to me? What's going on? What's wrong? So we go into the wrongness and the judgment, which is very unkind. When you judge yourself, it's very unkind. It's very unkind to your body. It's very unkind to yourself. It's not going to create what you want. So there's a little sentence I love. What's right about this, I have not considered yet. Instead of going, what's wrong? I'm judging it. I'm already concluding. I'm already making the conclusion that what's going on is not for my highest good. There is something wrong with it. I cannot have a baby. What's wrong? It's not happening. What's wrong about myself? What's wrong about my body? I'm already in the conclusion that there is something wrong. So instead, what about going, okay, what's right about this? I have not considered yet. And just by saying that, you get out of the wrongness and you allow the universe to contribute to you and to show you what can be right about it, to show you a bigger picture. You allow contribution. So what's right about this? What's right about you not having a baby yet? What's right about you having, a delayed baby? What's right about this that you have not considered yet? Instead of going into, it's not happening, it's wrong, blah, 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 it's never going to happen, interesting point of view, blah, 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 blah. So what's right about this? Okay, maybe it's just a little push, to help you grow, to help you correct something, to help you grow, to help you prepare for an amazing soul. Maybe that's what it is. Thank you, Jennifer. So, ladies, put it in the chat for me. What are the two tools so that you can remember? Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. What's right about this, I have not considered yet. And here's the key with that. It seems so simple. It seems like, well, what you're sharing, it's just so basic. How is it going to change my life? Well, here how. By using them. If for every thought, every time someone is saying something to you, you go into interesting point of view, you have this point of view. Interesting point of view, I have this point of view. If you do it like you use it like all the time, it's going to start shifting for you. Something is going to start shifting. If as soon as you get into a negative thought, what's right about this, I have not considered yet, it's going to shift for you. It's all energy, guys. The key is, we all do that. We all have negative thinking. We all have limiting beliefs that are not serving us. The key is to be able to shift the energy and not let it sink and not let it create our day. So it's really in using them relentlessly, all the time. Any question, about that? Because now we are going to get into something else. Any question about stress and how to start? So yes, you can manage stress we have so many techniques today to manage stress. Breathing is an amazing one. Grounding yourself, going outside, all of those great techniques. And another way to deal with stress is to actually change our reaction to it, our reaction to stressor, so we don't even go into stress. Using those tools like that. What interesting point of view. What's right about this? Any questions, lady? You are so quiet. Come up with your questions. Come up with your aha moment. You know, anything that was like, ah, that was good. I'm just looking at my notes too, if there is anything I'm missing here. So for a lot of you, you know, being able to reduce stress, manage stress, or completely shift your perspective is key to being able to conceive. Yeah, that's been helpful for you, Alondra. Oh, I'm so glad. And here's the truth, it works for everybody as long as you use it. But you know, so many of us are like, I'm so tired of my situation. I'm so, you know, we complain, but then we don't do anything about it. So it requires for you to really make the choice. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm using it. Okay, so any questions, ladies? So that was all about stress. I think we are just hanging on every... Thank you, Jennifer. The strategy make a lot of sense. Thank you. Yes, okay, good. That's one of the key to unlock fertility, reducing stress. You want to have enough time to spend into this rest and digest mode so your body can bring nutrients and energy to your reproductive system. So your body can heal and self-adjust and self-balance and bring back balance. So your body can, what was I saying? I don't remember. Anyway, but we really want to be in that state of non-stress, so we can optimize our health. That is really good. Thank you, Heather. Okay, so that was stress, and we all experience chronic stress at some, you know, to some level, right? It's just like this big thing that is very pervasive in our society today. It's almost like if you are not stressed out, you are on outsider, or you are like an alien, you know, you don't belong here. Oh, actually, you know, guys, can we look at that for a minute? If you are someone who is like, oh, you know, if you go to your friends, right? And then you are, how is everybody? And, you know, they start being like, oh my God, I'm so stressed out by my work, you know, my coworker, my boss, my husband, my this, my that, right? And then they say like, and what about you? How are you? They are expecting you to come with some more complaint, with your own stuff, your own, you know, like complain, and you know, your life is this and that. If you go like, oh, life is good, I'm just so happy, I'm feeling great, I'm not stressed, you know, like, you know, cool Raul, right? If you go like that, what are they going to, you know, what will their reaction be? Like, what's going on with you? Did you smoke? Did you smoke some weeds before you came? Are you on drugs? Because that's not the norm. Being happy, healthy, not stressed is not the norm in our society. So it's almost like people don't want you to be in that space. They expect you to be like them. So sometimes this need to conform is big for us as humans, because we need to belong. We need to be like everybody else. So it can be sometimes for some people, it can be, well, for most of us, me including, okay, it can be a ceiling to how much we are willing to grow and better ourselves. The need to belong and be like everybody else. Because if we start being like this, like happy being, we may be outcast by our friends, by our family. So then it becomes like, how much do you desire what you desire? Okay, learning experience, even if we can see it in the moment, yes. We are supposed to be so busy and stressed, yes. It can be awkward not to be, exactly. So, and yeah, yes, we, you know, from birth to, you know, like wherever you are at now, we are exposed to experiences and we soak in beliefs and stuff from other people. So now let's go into that. That's a great sideway. That's a great, okay, so we talk about stress. Good. Now, what about another thing that we want to look at when it comes to fertility and everything else? It's not just fertility. Because, okay, here's one thing. Fertility is a symptom of just good overall health. Can you see that? A healthy body is a fertile body. A healthy body and healthy mind, because, right? It's not just a body, it's your mind too. So a healthy body, a healthy mind is a fertile body. So that's really the conversation we want to have. What can I do to be healthy mentally, emotionally, and physically? That's really the conversation. It's not just like, just like this, like, what do I do for my ovaries? What do I do to have more eggs? It's, it's really this overall thing is, what can I do to be healthy mentally, physically, and emotionally, so I can be in a space where I can be really fertile. Okay, so now, when we talk about the mind, it's the mind, it's, how your mind, we talk about, mind over matter, right? We know our mind are very powerful. What you believe with your mind, which is nothing like truth, it's just a belief, right? What you believe with your mind can create, well, not can, but create your reality. What you believe about your body creates your physical experience in your body. Your body and everything that goes well, everything that goes wrong in your body is just a physical manifestation of those thoughts, of this belief, of these emotions. I'm sure you heard that before, where any disease in the body is creating in the energy first. It's an imbalance in our energy first. And it's that, and it's also, again, what you think is true. If I believe that I'm too old to conceive, then that's going to be my fate, because that's become my reality. If I believe that my body is just this amazing miracle organism that can self-heal, self-rejuvenate, and self-regenerate, that age has nothing to do with it, guess what? I'm increasing my chance of getting pregnant. So we all have a lot of belief, because that's just, we have this conscious mind, which is your thoughts, your conscious thought, your conscious desire, your when you think, when you analyze, and all of that, that's your conscious mind. And then we have this huge subconscious mind. It's this image of the iceberg. Your conscious mind is the tip of the iceberg. The subconscious mind is this huge, under the water, that we cannot see, thing. And your subconscious is full of false reality or false belief that you got from. Where do you get your belief from, guys? Question for you. Where do you get your belief from in the first place? It can be any belief. Where do you get them from? Come on, guys. Let's play together. Where do you get your belief from? Those beliefs that create your reality. So it's kind of important to know where they come from, right? Because they are shaping the world around you. They are shaping your life. Your family, yes. Your friends, yes. Family, society, yes. So, great. So are they yours in the first place? If they come from family, from friends, from society, are they yours? Are they true or are they untrue? I believe, a real thing. I mean, if I believe that, no, again, I'm too old, is that the truth? Family, friends. Intuition will be a little bit different, because intuition is the voice of your higher self, of your soul. So intuition brings truth, actually. And if you can hear your intuition, if you follow your intuition, you will always be right. Okay, so belief, yes, they come from everywhere. From our parents, who got theirs from their parents, who got there from their parents. So you can see how we can go back, generation and generation. And my interesting point of view, guys, is that it's why we are still like living in survival consciousness. Because do we have to really like be scared about food and shelter and stuff like that today? Not really. We know we can survive. We don't even need to survive. We are here to thrive, actually. But anyway, but we are still in this survival mode because that comes from our, generation and generation before us. So all of those beliefs are not yours in the first place. You got those from your parents first, and then from your teachers at school, and then from your friends, from society. We have like societal belief. There are societal beliefs. Like again, when you are 50, there is no way you can have a child. That's a societal belief, right? I don't know. With status and stuff. If you have money, you have more status. It's societal. And then there is all of the conventional medicine belief we have. There are a lot there, right? Too. So anyway, so those beliefs are not yours in the first place. They are in your subconscious. Your subconscious is full of it. Unless you start clearing them, like actively taking actions to remove them, your subconscious is full of limiting belief. Why do I say limiting belief? Because as soon as you have a belief, it limits. It's a limitation. If my belief is I am too old to conceive, that becomes a limitation, right? I'm completely closing myself off to other possibilities. I'm completely closing myself off to the possibility that, age doesn't matter. What matters is my energetic, my energetic age, let's say, What matters is that my body can self-rejuvenate. So why should I say that at 40 I cannot have a baby? So as soon as you buy into one belief, it becomes a limitation. And hear me out here, because that's one of my mission, okay? Here, I'm very passionate about that. Our subconscious are full of those limiting beliefs unless you take actions to remove them, to clear them. Everything, all of the beliefs you currently have in your subconscious, you are going to pass them down to your children. It's called programming, right? We have the same program as our parents running, unless we actually really actively do something about it. We are going to pass down this same programming unless we do something to remove, to clear, to bring in more awareness, more consciousness. Because when we bring more awareness, more consciousness, we open up, we clear those beliefs. So my interesting point of view is that it's the role, the responsibility of every woman who desires a child to do this important work before pregnancy. Always better, because it will again help you with conceiving. It will help you with enjoying a healthier pregnancy, a healthier birth, easier birth. But even if you already have kids, it's still something you want to do, because what you work on yourself, you clear for your children. So let's take a minute here, because that's a big thing. This is important work to do. That's your responsibility if we want to bring in a generation of children that doesn't have this old programming, this old survival consciousness, this old all of those limitations that we all experience, money, in relationship, in everything. If we want a different future for our children, we need to work on these aspects on ourselves. And there is a great quote from Einstein, and I'm not going to say it perfectly, but which is, you cannot solve a problem with the same level of consciousness or awareness that created it in the first place. So we want a different future for our children. We want to change our own level of awareness consciousness so we can bring in children with higher level of awareness and consciousness. Okay, I just dumped a big thing on you. Let me know how it lands for you, okay? This was big, but that's really part of my mission. My mission is to help bring those beautiful beings free of all our own limitation, free of our programming. It's old, guys. It's time for something else. It's time for something different. It's time for a new paradigm. And it's up to us, the mom, to do this work on ourselves first, so the kids, the children, don't have to experience it. Thank you, Jennifer. Let's just take a minute here. Let's just take a breath. Because I know some of you may feel a little bit like, it's a big responsibility. Yes. And you know what, guys? It's a big responsibility to be a mom. I can tell you that. 5 times for me. And the more you do this work, the more you prepare yourself, the better equipped you will be as a mom. Totally agree. Yes. Guys, let's look at something. How many of you used to say, when you were like a teenager, anywhere between like 14 and 25, how many of you used to say, I will never be like my mom? I'm guilty. How many of you remember saying that, thinking that? Just say me if it's you. I'm guilty of it. There is so much like stuff, with mom, and that's what it is. So how many of you used to say or think that I will never do like my mom, I will never be like my mom? And yet, you hope, me too. And yet, how many of you find yourself today doing something, saying something that is like, oh my gosh, I just sound like my mom? How many of you have face expression, behavior, body posture that are your mom? Right? Because we take on that energy. We got those passed on. How many of you would like something different for their children? How many of you would like their children to be able to experience true happiness, true self-expression, true freedom, true self-actualization? Yeah, you're right, Hope. Yes. Again, what's right about this I have not considered yet, because it's not about, making yourself feel bad about it. It's just about realization. It's just about awareness. Guys, everything starts with awareness first. But how many of you want something different for your children? Because that's what being a mom is, right? We want them to, we don't just want to have a child to have a child. We want to have a child and then nurture them, give them everything we can so they become these amazing individuals who go on and live an amazing life. A life, a purposeful life, a fulfilling life. That's what we want, right? So can you see how, if that's what you want, the more you can work on clearing your own limitations, clearing all of your limiting belief, clearing all of your old programming, healing emotions will help you go in that direction, will help your children. Anyway, so that was a big, I know it feels a little bit heavy. Let's just, but I wanted to take some time to go over that. So, so that's something you want to consider. If there is one piece of my fertility puzzle is in clearing some limiting belief. And whether it's not, again, what I was saying is, it's something you want to do anyway for your kids. But sometimes, again, limiting belief can be exactly what's preventing a woman to have a baby. So could that be could that be your situation? So limiting belief. Okay. We still that. And our mind are filled with those limiting beliefs, and those limiting beliefs directly affect our body. Our thoughts affect our body. Now let's go, and that's a segue to the next thing, which is energy. And thoughts, beliefs, everything is energy. We know that today, right? Your body is energy. You see, we see it's solid, like flesh and bones and everything, but it's actually, vibrating atoms, that create this impression of solidity. But the body is energy. So now, energy is always, it's very fluid, right? It's always moving and, transforming and transmuting. But your thought will affect how your body is. That's just a truth. So the same way that you created, your body a certain way, the same way you created your issues, the same way you can uncreate. It's all energy. Now, an important concept to understand is it's your beingness that's going to create an outcome. So it's the beingness that you are in when you deal with your fertility on your fertility journey. The beingness you are in on this journey will create a certain outcome. And Daniel, who is one of my mentors, used to say, beingness in, beingness out. So, are you being a bully to yourself and your body? Are you being kind or unkind to yourself on this? And we talk about just this journey of fertility, but it's everywhere in your life, right? Because the way you are being in one place, you are being in other area of your life. Energy is energy. It doesn't discriminate. It's not like, okay, let me be like this, with relationship, and then over there with work, I will be different. Energy is energy. It doesn't discriminate. So what are you being when you are on this journey, to fertility? And here is the thing that you want to understand. Your body craves self-love and self-belief. And when you are in self-love, you can really create what you desire. And yet, it's almost like one of those most difficult things for us to be in. It's so much easier for us to be in hatred, to be in, again, judgment of ourselves, right? So just let's take a minute here. I would love for you to close your eyes and we bring this energy of self-love. So you can put your hands on your hearts first. And to help us, just bring the image of if you already are a mom, maybe of your baby. If you have a spouse, maybe of your spouse, anything that reminds you of unconditional love. It could be a pet. Animals are amazing because, animals are unconditional love. It could be nature, the trees. The trees are unconditional love. And they are here to emit unconditional love for us. It could be, again, a child. Whatever it is, just bring this image and let's just ask for self-love to be infused in your heart And then let the self-love circulate throughout your whole body, coming from your heart and radiating out into your arms, going up into your head, going down into your torso, your legs. And just imagining, visualizing it, visualizing this self-love filling up your body everywhere, every cell, every molecule, every atom in your body is filled with this self-love energy, and you are radiating it from the inside out. Okay. How does it feel, ladies? Let me know. How did it feel to you to be able to be in that space? How did it feel to you? When you are ready, you can just, put a little thing in the chat for me, letting me know. Because unfortunately, it's not something that we surround ourselves with a lot, the self-love energy. And yet, it's the most powerful energy. And I want to tell you that some of you feel so soft inside. Yes, relaxing and calming. Yes. And I want to tell that to some of you, hear me out here, that sometimes one of these, beautiful being, one of these beautiful soul, baby, wait for you, for the mom, to bring in the self-love, because, those beings, they want mom to be experiencing that, so then they can drop in and get the benefit of it. So sometimes, that's what babies wait for. They wait for you to be in that space of self-love so they can drop in. And just ask yourself, if you are in that space of being very, critical and judgmental, experiencing a lot of stress, with lots of limiting belief, living your life in that kind of fog, how do you think you can be as a mom? How do you think, how much space do you think there is for you to fully love a baby? I know it may be hard to see and swallow and, but just think of that for a minute. If you are all stressed out all the time, judgmental, critical towards yourself, with lots of limiting belief, lots of limitation that you impose on yourself, how much space is there for a baby? A homecoming, that's beautiful, AP. Yeah. A homecoming, of course, because we are love. I know it sounds like a little bit cliche and ukulele, walala, but that's the truth, guys. We are love. That's our, nature. Okay, good. It's resonating with you. Yes. But, just let's take this for a minute. If you are in a space today, again, no judgment, no wrongness, okay? Don't start going oh my God, I'm such a mess or whatever. Don't go in that. That's not the point. It's just about, again, bringing awareness. If you are 99% of the population being in, stress mode, overwhelmed, confused, no kindness towards yourself, on the opposite, judging yourself, blaming yourself, having a lot of limitation and belief, how much space is there for a baby? And how much are you going to be able to give to this baby? So can you see now that maybe part of the work, one piece of the puzzle for you could be to work on that aspect that is non-physical, so that baby can come in. What if, baby is just watching over you right now and being like, okay, let's go now, love yourself, clear some belief, and then I will come in. Just imagine, actually imagine this baby, this soul waiting. What is it saying to you? Okay, I think, what time is it? Oh gosh, it's been long. Okay, so there is so much I want to share with you, but I don't want to be like overwhelming you, and I forgot. Let me tell you, my intention for you for those 3 days is really to shift your perspective around fertility or infertility, and being able to see how amazing your body is, and not looking at your body as wrong, because that's often what happens. When we get sick, when there is something not working for ourselves, we blame the body, we make it wrong. Please don't do that. Your body is perfect. Your body is a very intelligent, conscious organism. Your body is talking to you all the time. When you have pain, when there is disease, it's because the body is trying to say something. A symptom is not something to be quiet down, it's something to be explored. So for infertility being a symptom, we want to explore it. We don't want to just take drugs. We want to explore. I have a great analogy for you that I heard from someone else, where let's say you have a headache, or let's say you have fever, and it's a way for the body to communicate with you. It's a way for the body to say something to you. If you have PCOS, and if you have endometriosis, and all of those diagnostic, right? Those are just way for the body to communicate. And if you start, let's say with a fever, then you take, Tylenol or whatever, it's trying to shut down the body, to tell the body, shut up, I don't want to listen to you. So there was someone one time who has this analogy, and I was, oh my God, where he was saying, imagine your body being a child, being a 3-year-old. And the 3-year-old being like, mom, listen to me, mom, listen to me. And instead of taking a minute and be like, okay, what do you want? What's going on? You just take the child, put it in a room, and you put tape on its mouth, on her mouth, so she shut up. So that's exactly what we do with our bodies. So when you see that like that, it's like, wow, how much unkind I have been. So here's my homework for you, because giving birth, growing a baby, growing a life, it's a miracle. Again, we make it so like, I'm having a baby. Just, again, take a moment to see how much of a miracle it is, and how much energy it requires from your body, and that it's actually a co-creation. You are in co-creation with your body when you are growing a child. So, of course, you want to be friend with your body. Of course, you want to listen to what it has to say, because it's a co-creation. So one thing I'm going to ask you, home play, the interesting point of view, what's right about this, okay. And then one of my intentions for you is to develop a relationship, a loving relationship with your body, a supporting relationship with your body. So every morning, most mornings, what I do, I just touch my body. Thank you, body. I love you. I'm so grateful for you. And bodies like to be touched. So touch your body, send gratitude for it. Gratitude for your body. Love to your body. And then you can start conversing with it, communicating with it, communing with it. Body, what do you need from me today? What would you like to receive from me today? Okay, so I think that's it. And because the body really receive everything. Your body is a sensory organism, so it receives information from everywhere. That's why sometimes we can get overwhelmed and we can feel yucky. We don't know why. It's just because we are receiving information from everywhere. Your body sends you awareness. Your body sends you communication. So you want to be gentle with it and you want to listen to it. And we also, store, emotions and trauma and stuff in our body. So really take the time to develop this beautiful relationship with it. A lot of the fear, a lot of the pain gets stored in the uterus, in the womb space. Not just your fear, not just your pain, but from generation and generation, like the woman ancestral line, we store a lot of those fear and pain, ancestral, in our womb space. So it's good to clear those energies from the womb, because the womb will be the baby's house, right? While it's growing in your body. So the more we clear the house, we want to, for example, if you are expecting a baby, you are going to build a nice room, a nice nursery, and you are going to clean to make sure that there is no dust, there is nothing, it's all clean, right? So that's the same thing with the womb. We want this space to be a clean space, a clear space for your baby, so that baby doesn't, get all of those things again, all of those, trauma and ancestral, wound and ancestral pain and fear. So just explore that. Just put your hands on your womb and just check. There is so much that we store there, so much energies that are not supportive. Could that be, again, one key for you? And one thing I'm going to offer for you, I do shamanic womb healing, because again, it's such an important step into, towards, pregnancy and motherhood. We want to clear all those old ancestral energies. So I'm doing shamanic womb healing, and usually it's about an hour, and we really go and clear, the womb. It's a very beautiful and very powerful session. And Jennifer was here, actually. She got one. Yes, I really come to feel and understand that when I had my womb healing session with you, it was magical. Yes, Jennifer had one with me and it was amazing. And but usually it's $222 for a womb session, but for this, until the end of this training, it's going to be $150 for you ladies. So if it's something that you feel attracted to, that you resonate with, please just message me and we can set that up for you. And but regardless, just take some time tonight, put your hands on your womb and just feel the energies there. Just tap into the energy of your womb and see what's going on. So homework, interesting point of view. What's right about this I have not considered yet. And starting loving and appreciating, sending appreciation and gratitude for your body. Checking your womb space, because your womb, again, is where you will have your baby. So the clearer it is, the better. Okay, lady, I think that's it. If you have any question, please go, shoot that now, because we are going to say goodbye. It was a lot longer than what I was expected, but I always have so much to say. I always have so much to share with you, and I love those subjects of the conscious mind, the subconscious, and all of that. One thing, because you may wonder, you may be like, okay, great, you told me to clear my belief, but how do I do that? How do we clear our own, how do we clear our self-belief, guys, or our limiting belief? I know that's a valid question, right? So there are a bunch of different techniques out there. So I can tell you my 2 techniques. I use something called access bar. Access bar, the bar points on our head, where we hold the electromagnetic charge, that's a mouthful, electromagnetic charge of our thoughts, emotions, points of view, belief, etc. So by touching those points, we start releasing those belief and those points of view and stuff. So there are very specific points, and different points, different areas of life. So for example, here, the temple, it's the points for healing. So that's very very relevant for us here, right? So the temple, so you put one finger here, one finger there. That's like a plus and a minus. I'm activating the bar of healing when I do that. And and if you are sensitive to energy, if you do it with me if you want here right now. Let me know what you feel. If you are sensitive to energy, you may feel it right away. You may feel like a tingly in your finger. You may feel your finger getting a little bit hot. You may feel a bunch of different sensations. And if you don't feel anything because you're not too sensitive, that's okay. It still works. Okay? At the beginning, when I've been doing this since 2018. At the beginning, I could not feel anything. Now I'm very sensitive to it. So here, every belief, thoughts, emotions, points of view I have around healing, what my body can heal or cannot heal, what does it take to heal, all of that can start dissipating when I do that, because the bar is running. So that's one. And there are 32 points, okay? There are 16 bars, 32 points. So here I'm just showing you two big ones, okay? So this one, which is relevant. And I'm going to show you the big one, which is what we call implant band. The implant band is everything we've been implanted with in any lifetime. So that's a big one, right? So it's points when, behind our ear, there is like this little bone thing, like a little indent. So you want to put 3 fingers just behind. You want to put your finger right behind the bump. And always on both sides, because it's a bar, right? So you put it, right. It's almost like, I'm scooping my ear and my fingers are not right behind, but a little bit after where there is like this bump, and I'm just sliding just behind the bump. So that's my implant band. You can do that 20 minutes morning or 20 minutes at night, and it's going to start shifting your life. For real. Access Bar is amazing. It has transformed the lives of thousands of people around the world. It's amazing. It has changed mine, for real. So that's one. 20 minutes may be long like that, so you can lay down, you can be on a couch, So that's one of the method I use. And then the other method I use, so Access Bar is amazing. There is just one thing: you cannot choose which belief you clear. When you go through a whole session, and you can find a practitioner wherever you are. When we go through a whole session, we can clear anywhere from a dozen to hundreds of beliefs. It's pretty amazing, right? But we cannot choose which one. So my other technique I use as an intuitive life coach, I connect through higher self, your higher self, my higher self, and that's how we look at what belief we need to clear and how to clear them. With truth. We clear belief with truth, because a belief is untruth. So we clear a belief with truth. So that's something I do also as an intuitive life coach. So 2 different techniques. Everything works. It's all good. In the end, it's all about clearing as much as we can, so that we can be fully expressing ourselves, fully expressing our life, but also our children can be free of those beliefs and limitations. Okay, that was it. If you have any question, shoot that now. You can also put them later in the Facebook group. That's fine, because I know it was a lot of information. You may need a little bit of time to process. And if you like, a warm healing session, just, shoot me a message. Any question, I'm here. Okay, I'm here for you for this week. And I just love doing this. That's part of my mission. Okay, ladies, have a great, happy rest of your day. And I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 2, same time, same space. Tomorrow it's going to be about another big subject, which is, tomorrow we'll start going into the physical, the body, and we will talk about toxins and what we need to do about it. Toxins are a big subject because, again, we pass those down to our children. So anyway, ladies, love you, and see you tomorrow.